All right, it's Corner Vlogs coming to you from the National Museum, where we are currently at the Botswana Creative Summit, and all the industry's greats are here today. We're going to talk to a variety of guys who are looking at advancing the creative industry. Artists, musicians, filmmakers, fashion designers, writers are here. Everybody that is anybody in the creative industry is here today to come and give their contribution, and also just to have conversation around how do we professionalize our industry and how do we turn the lives of creatives around Botswana. So it's going to be quite interesting, and we'll try and talk to as many people as we possibly can on Corner Vlogs. For me, Brando, let's go do the thing. Ke letsatsi le letona ke na le monno motona la moitsi Kabelo Tiro modiragatsi wa maemo a kwa godimo ga o sa moitsi ga ke itse gore o ntse o le kae me o itirele boammaruri o tsene mo YouTube o teng a kre mo YouTube nkgone
ke mo teng YouTube ke mo teng TikTok ke mo teng all digital platforms that you could ever think of: Amazon, Deezer, yes. Spotify, AudioMac, VidMade, Keda. These are serious guys, digitally connected, and your music is now global. Kana house to on digital platforms, you mean you are a global star. Nkgonne re mo the Botswana Creative Summit mo museum wa rona o tshelang museum wa Botswana. Ke batla go utlwa ka wena o le motho le go dirile go le go ntsi mo industry ya rona o tsogakala o belege industry ba mo le ba bua bana le tona ke batla go utlwa la gago gore chip in, what is it that we need to do really creative industry ya Botswana gore re kuke sem? And when it comes to the value chain issue, mo di events in Tarona, we need to make sure that di khantse tsa bo bojalwa re se karata re bo koma kumile go tsokore tswanteng o tlhaloganya gore monga event ona le expenses tse dintsi kana ha o belwa price ya cooler box o se kala o tlhaloganya gore le ene o spendile madi a mantsi to make an event, so you need to pay for that so that you can be able to cover a lot of expenses. Another thing, I would talk to Botswana. They should embrace their own. We should get used to doing shows with more of local artists than more of international acts in the lineup, because we're taking money out of our own country than to circulate money in our own industry.
Usually how bua ka gore nya are beng badiragatsi ba rona ko pele re ikete go nna re tisa ba tswang ko mahatsheng a mangwe re ba duela madi a boitsegang go tswanga ba tsa madi ba tswa ba tsama ba di promoter ba teba gore ba renya kana these are our crowd pullers. Rona re le Botswana, why can't we be seen as crowd pullers?
Why? Because when you put a show, just the name of a show, lineup, Botswana, which are the consumers, the crowd, Botswana, ke bone ba bua ma South Africa. They don't mention their own. So when as a businessman, as a promoter, obviously you'll have to bring the ones that have been mentioned. The crowd will come. So it has to start with Botswana by appreciating their own, not promoters. Promoter like a businessman. Yes.
I see that. So the issue is not that as Botswana we don't have headliners. The issue is it looks like the majority of our revelers the South African artists more than they like Botswana.
And feedback every time after this event they always do that, but the artist
Jaka Keabilwe ke tshwaela gore yaka the late great ATI akile a re ke le motsamaisa tiro ko Duma grounds kwale atla go loga go godimo a rotha moshimane o mosesane Davido a duetse madi a boitsega. I think he was paid close to about 6 million ga ke ne kutlwa, and then he outperformed him. He put on an amazing show. But why did we not make him the headliner?
Gape a kere Davido hana satla crowd ene le go eventing yo e ke bene se go bona lekgete le go loga go godimo, because they still embrace the
the international artists than their own artists. That's why nna gompieno ke re Setswana ditšhabeng ke leka go bontsha batho ba ga rona gore se ga rona se monate ya ka gompieno se mo se go appreciate-iwa ke merage ya harologaneng ya mahatshe a harologaneng ba bangwe ba re puo e monate re letsa go ka itse ne re sa itse gore Setswana se monate jana ne ba se tlwaetse ka borankana, but I had to put a new sound in Setswana and came up with a genre called Afro-traditional, whereby re mfusa Afro-pop le traditional e be re tsa Setswana sa rona e be re tshameka ka sona go bontsha batho gore le rona re tshwere style, re tshwere vault ke kganya gore vault ya rona re embrace. That's why gompieno I had to tell myself that, you know what, whether they are coming, whether the show is not going to be successful, ke ira Keabilwe tiro live in concert #Setswana ditšhabeng the 18th tsa October.
Making Tswana fashionable we utlwile ka di 18 tsa October re tla be re le ko corner vlog e tla be le ko ke batla go bona Motswana mongwe le mongwe ra bankanya a re tseng se ileng sa rona sa mogae re se be ko pele. Kebi, thank you my brother. Shapo feto. Nice one. What's up, Jazz?
Hello, Brando.
All right, she is director of ceremony for the Creative Summit, and I saw you this morning doing a stellar job as usual. You are arguably the best director of ceremony that we have on the continent. Do you realize that? Forget Botswana, the entire continent.
Do you think I'm ready for Africa?
I think you're ready for the world. I think you're ready. She's actually ready for the Oscars. I think you are ready. I don't know what bigger event there is, Mola Hadsing. I think you are ready.
Thank you so much for that, Brando. You know, Botswana breeds brilliant beasts. Our ecosystem is such that we have raw, potent talent, but the challenges we face in our sector sometimes mute our recognition of self, which delays our understanding of the fact that we're ready for the Africas. I mean, yesterday I was blown away, but then again, I could relate to our latest world champion. He said something really profound. You know, one of these journalists asked him, did you know this was going to happen? You know, what is your feelings right now? He's like, honestly, I haven't been feeling too good about myself. I haven't been feeling very confident, but my coach took me aside and we had a power meeting for an hour. And after that, I felt like, okay, I think I'm ready to do this, you know? And I listened to this young man and I thought he just made history. But when he went on that track, he was like...
He was real. His humility also sort of shines through. But... And you're right. I think to a large extent, it happens to a lot of us, and especially as creatives.
Indeed.
There's a point where the world and everything else that goes on in your life tends to sometimes want to dim your light, right? But you're constantly there, and you're fortunate if you have people around you that can say, hey, listen, you are made of greatness. So just shake it off. And remember, you're a star. You are ordained by God and all, you know, the energies of the universe that this is your calling. Do it.
Absolutely. It feels so good when we're doing what it is that we were born for. And I just want to send my love to Colin and say to him, we can relate as brilliant people in the country. We have those moments of unsureties before we take global stages. But maybe that's one of the nuances that make us a little bit more special. But we do need to rally around each other and remind each other of our greatness. So thank you for giving me a Colin's coach and Isaac Makwala moment. World, I'm coming for you because Brando said I'm ready. And you... one day you're going to sing at my birthday or something. Okay. Yeah. Fan forever.
Thank you. I've actually never sang for you, so I think let's do that. I will, and I'm saying this on Corner Vlogs, I will do a show, all right? And one of the songs that I'm going to sing at that show is going to be for Giselle.
It's going to be a happy song, right?
Let's hope it's a happy song. You're a happy person, so let's hope it's a happy song. All right. But very quickly, before we wrap this up, the Creative Summit, what do you hope happens by the time this is done today?
I really hope that we can all finally agree without any uncertainty of the impact or the potential impact of the sector in driving the economy. It's always spoken about in various platforms how many different economies in other countries are carried by the creative sector in the billions of currencies, you know. I think what I'd love to see is for us to all settle into that fact and then identify each of our specific roles. I'm so excited that government is here because this is an opportunity for us to give them feedback. We've served government for many years. We've come to understand how the systems work and how they operate. We've kind of learned also what our value is, and it would be great for us to meet halfway and reimagine. I love what the minister said this morning. We're reimagining our country. So this is excellent to be zooming into such an important sector when we're reimagining. And I hope we can reimagine enhanced well-being, be it mentally, financially, and in all other ways and formats. I'm so excited to see the sponsors that have come here because these are some of the organizations and the brands that represent a reimagined creative industry. I mean, I'm so excited to see Bomade here. We need to look into how are we ensuring the medical well-being of artists. Most of us can't afford regular medical aid.
We can't.
So hey, habo medica razamela something sa di creative yana. For every time I tshwara something, re like let's 3 months in advance.
Yes.
For haraka wa mo di staging yana, be re tso re sharp wa ba ba go lwala re leboga modimo for that privilege ya gore ga re na makwa mantsi ha gongwe mehela hey. And you're right, and
I think those are the really important things that we need to do. Put structures in place and make sure that as creative, because you've got ad hoc income, you're able to at least have vulnerable medical aid, be able to have funeral, plans and things like that. But cater and create sort of little packages for us that say, listen, it's sporadic income, but if we then try and organize it such that, like you're saying, you can chip in 3 months, and then after, when the next check comes in, you do things like that. All right.
Banka ba ska ba nna kgakala hela ka ba di medical aid ba ka re gopola le ba di banka ba re direle di package tsa gore le rona re khone go nna bankable ka moso motho a khone gore bona ntwe ke yagile ka bokgoni jwa me nne ke duelwa hale ka dinako tse di harologaneng. I just want to give a special shout out to every single government agency and every single corporate that pays creatives on time and pays them according to their value. You guys are the reason why we stay in our jobs, because you tell us it's possible. So we will be patient, but we are running out of patience for those who are lagging behind. Let's pay artists on time, guys. Our livelihoods depend on it, and that helps us to know what we're doing and be able to reinvest into our craft. So thank you to every single government agency and every single corporate that pays creatives in Botswana on time. I salute you.
All right, and with that said, because she has to pay for the face beat and the dress, so you have to pay her on time so she can pay her people on time. All right.
It's true. I love
you. It's always a pleasure. I love you, girl. Bye. That's Jazzy Faye. You know how she live, and that's how we live, man. She's so eloquent and beautiful and all of that, man. You just gotta love her. All right, we're gonna talk to more people. It's Corner Vlogs, and it's a lot of fun here at the Botswana Creatives Industry Summit, and proudly powered by BEPA. The guys are really taking, the bull by the horns to sort of say we're gonna lead. They're the Promoters Association, and all the other guys have come on board. The Ministry of Sport and Arts is also on board. There is Cosbots here, and people like Mascom have also come on board to sponsor, which is quite good. Jazzy mentioned Bomade, and we'll show you some of the people that are making this possible today. All right, from me, Brando, let's go talk to more people, man. Corner Vlog. It's Corner Vlogs, and I am stoked to have caught Njira on her way out. She is legal, right? And you are essentially what? An IP lawyer? What do you do?
I litigate. Okay. I'm an attorney by profession. Very interested in entertainment law as well.
Entertainment law. All right. We are at the Creative Summit, and it's the first of its kind. Sort of BEPA has taken the initiative, and everybody else has come on board. I got a chance to listen to some of what you were talking about in terms of just how crucial getting contracts is, and this notion that people think they can just go on ChatGTP and draw up a contract ends up getting them in trouble. What can you say to the creative that didn't get a chance to attend today, just about how crucial it is to get your contracts right?
Yes, your talent is your asset. Treat it as a business. not as something that you should just take so lightly. It's something that, if protected, will look after you for many years, even years after you've long gone out of from Earth. So I really think it's important that entertainers or the creative industry invest in having an attorney. When you get your contracts, whether it's your endorsement deals, any contract, make sure you have an attorney there to make sure that the clauses protect you, to bargain for you, to make sure that if there's any dispute, the dispute then is favorable for you. So we are here, we're available, and looking forward to work with a lot of entertainers to grow the industry and for it to actually ultimately be the multi-million or billion pula it should be. Yeah.
All right, so where can people essentially find your services? And I think, judging from what's happened today, I felt like there needed to be sort of a specialized session where we workshop as many creatives as we possibly can, because what is also coming out from this is that there's just a lack of information and a lack of initiative from creatives to go and sort of source out the information that they need to get them covered.
Yes, we see creatives coming to a lawyer at a time of dispute, at a time when they've lost everything, you know. So I urge everyone to make sure that you do it right in the beginning. The moment you want to do anything, there are so many rights associated with you that you can protect, and we're here for that. We want to walk this journey with creatives because we've seen how it works in other countries. When someone is in the industry, it's not that they have the funds at the time, but they invest in making sure that they have someone to protect them, to bargain for them. So we're there for that. You can find us on Facebook, Mbewe Legal Practice. All our information is there, our numbers are there, our physical address is there. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to see this industry boom.
All right. Now, just a very quick one before you go, because I was talking to the medical aid guys from Bomaid, Sepa Mapangan, and we spoke about just how creatives survive on a sporadic income. And this is what sometimes prevents them from coming to seek medical aids. And I suppose to a large extent, it can actually be, could be a contributing factor to why they don't seek legal help, because they think lawyers are expensive. Is it possible that someone can come and sit and say, listen, I don't have a consistent income, but if you are my lawyer, can we work out something where I give you a certain stipend, it covers me for like a period of 3-4 months, and then after that I can keep giving you money so that I know in the back of my head I've got peace of mind.
It's more expensive for you to see me after the fact or after the dispute than it is before. And one thing we need to understand is that the relationship between an attorney and client, it's a privileged relationship. It's an attorney-client relationship. Yeah. So you build that relationship, you talk to us, we understand your means, we understand your needs. Yeah. And like I said, we walk the journey with you, because if you succeed and excel, it also means I succeed and excel. Right. So it serves me to serve your interests.
Thank you so much for talking to us at Corner Blogs and also Bled. Yes, finally we get to meet, and I love the outfit.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I hope it's giving Michael Jackson.
It's so giving. Yee-hee. Who's bad? Cheers. Right, it's Corner Vlogs, and I've run into Tabang, who used to be a model, she says, and it's quite an awkward interview because I have to look up to her. I mean, I already do look up to her, but because of the obvious situation, hi. I left my heels at home. We could be the same height.
I get you.
All right, I'm good.
Yep.
We're at the Creative Summit today. What's your take on it? It's everybody that's in the industries here, musicians, fashion designers, and I know you as a person who's done a lot of catwalk. You've done stages in South Africa. Can you speak to sort of the fashion industry in Botswana as part of the creative industry? What still needs to be done to get our people out there to the big stages of the world?
Yeah. I think you're getting late. I don't know what has been said, but one thing that I would say, I think the fashion industry it doesn't get out to say my point. I don't think it's getting the support that we feel it deserves. We could be far. Right now, you find that South Africa pays more than what we get paid here. So so I suggest who push the fashion industry thata, push sports, push music, because one I think 90% of them key the musicians. They expect that. So let's try to have half year fashion, half year music, half year. Good a balance. Right now I'd say no.
So you feel like there's not enough representation.
It's not.
All right, cool. But from the fashion industry, though, do you guys think you're doing enough as an industry?
Yes. I feel like more Botswana, we do have so much talent. We do have a lot of models, by Lahore, they did well. But we do have a lot of designers. Like yesterday, one of our designers, Mo Botswana, was showcased at the Fashion Fair. I think it's the Fashion Fair. Yeah. Imagine, from Atomo staging, I think 3 or 4 collections. So we are yes. But the support that she gets, is it enough? It's not. Yeah. So we need more support, especially from the government, private sectors.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, she said it. You've heard it from the tallest woman here. And from myself, from the shortest man, but I do not have shortcomings. I'm just short. We were supposed to get married. What happened? Because I showed up Kohamalaudi. She wasn't there. We were supposed to get married.
No, I'll get married soon.
Okay. Are we getting married soon?
Yeah, we have to.
It's going to be an awkward wedding. I have to wear the high heels then.
Yeah, we'll do
so that at least...
No, you need shoes like that.
I need platforms.
Yes.
Okay. Do you guys agree to this?
What?
To this couple?
Yes.
Hi.
Yes.
I mean, look, we look good together.
Yes.
But the height is an issue.
I could just smell like you.
I could never outlive the gossip. These women are not taller than. They're not taller than him.
Okay.
Well, they're not this tall.
Okay.
Pala, what's her name? Pala.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not like super tall.
So it's awkward.
It is awkward. Unfortunately, the height disqualifies us. But yeah, you can marry the cameraman. Yes. All right. The wedding is on. Corner Vlogs. Saul is going to get married to Tabang. It's on. We're going to have a local corner wedding.
Yes.
I'll be the priest and the wedding singer.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, girl. Bye. My unperfect wedding. Right, it's the Botswana Creatives Industry Summit, and we are stoked on Corner Vlogs to have run into one of the most prolific artists to ever grace any stage in this country. He is an absolute sensation. Shantilo, welcome to Corner Vlogs. Today we are talking creative industry, but I just want to pick your brain as a person who has been in the industry for so many years and as a corner brick. You are one of the founding artists that have contributed so much to what we have today. But there's this thing that exists within the industry where we always seem to come out undervalued, where people never want to take you as Shante low to say, this is how much you're worth and I will pay for it. They're always constantly trying to tell you as an artist what your worth is. How do we make people understand that as a creative, when you say, this is how much my band costs, this is how much my dress costs, this is how much my painting costs, right? All you have to do as the consumer is either you can afford it or not. How do we make people understand what your value is your value?
I think that it stems off from understanding self.
Yes.
And your purpose in the music industry as a business. That's a starting point. I'm very positive that by the time you would want to create an album, a single, you have a very clear strategy about who you want to be, how you would like to be perceived, and what you want to achieve. Now, coming back to your question, it won't be an individual succeeding in that form. We have to do it as a collective, particularly when it comes to contractual matters. Our system needs to understand that you cannot engage a person, that person. Remember, this body is what I use to get work done, right?
Yeah. And your mind and your intellectual property.
Exactly, notwithstanding that. Now, we need the system to understand that contracts are very, very crucial because they put the artist at ease, they guarantee them income, and they actually guarantee them an area to negotiate, to mitigate in the case of any mishap leading up to any particular engagement. So,
and sorry, and it also, I suppose, also protects the person rendering your service, right? The person who says, come and perform for me. So contracts are very crucial.
they're very, very crucial. And yes, sir, you are very right. Because at that point, you would have agreed, you would have had a mutual agreement, a mutually beneficial agreement between the two parties. So now, this is where I might appear a little bit controversial, is where I will say, if government does not recognize that signing a contract and prefer rather to treat any artist engagement with a blanket approach, then we're going to have a problem. Because the moment you present with a contract of how you want to be handled and how you want to execute the service that you are being called to render, it won't work, because then they're saying that, okay, we don't value you. It is really directly that I'm not saying that I'm nurturing a dependence on the system. No, I am saying that perhaps if they took the lead in that regard, then we would have progress. Yeah. By the way, right now what is brewing is copyright matters. How advanced are we in that regard, such that when we get these conflicts regarding copyright, how are we going to handle them? Well, we cannot just entrust Cosbots on their own. What are we doing as an industry? What is government doing to make sure that we are capacitated?
Okay. So there's capacity building which is needed, and there's obviously the artist needs to be protected contractually. So what I'm getting from what you're saying is that in order for us to protect the value of the artwork, is that have a contract, and also don't bend when it comes to, you know, what you feel you should be paid. And kana go gape ise mo industry ya rona tla be re go te wena o tsenya code o ra batho rona I'm worth 15,000 yo mga ba re no ana ke tla ira ka 5 agere go bolaya the industry in itself. So we also, I suppose, like you're saying, we have to do it as a collective and stop undercutting each other and stop, you know, this coating ka tlala o tla ka tlala o tla go bata tiro. It doesn't really work for you ultimately.
Yes. So I could only share my personal experiences. Yeah. And I always try to negotiate from a place of authority and power, because I'd like to believe that I'm cognizant of the work that I've done in the industry, and for myself and for my brand. However, you still get people who will be trying to book you and then acting very, very offended that you are defending your basic contract. Yeah. So we need a lot of education in that regard. But having said this, I would like to even extend this conversation to just procurement in itself. Yes. I remember just a couple of days ago, I was arguing with my gentleman friend about the style, the difference in the style in which we are procured. Ga go tshwane ba gaetso la utlwa ga go tshwane re nele mmadi. For you to secure a spot, you have to have at least paid 50%, and on delivery you do pay the rest. Because we are paying for rehearsal space. We are giving the gentlemen that are playing for us per diems, stipends. Yeah. We are getting ready. This morning I blow dried my hair. It took almost an hour to do that. Yeah. So as long as we have a respect for artistry And now that leads me to another issue to say, listen, I have never seen a progressive country that does not deal with its politics alongside art. That is how Louis XIV advanced. That is how King Edward, everybody. That is how Empress Catherine of Russia. That's how everybody did it. It has to be alongside the arts. This is where you will understand a bit better. An artist from Botswana gets called to go and participate at some forum outside the country. Yeah. No coaching from Foreign Affairs, which they should. And I'm not bashing on you. I'm just saying that we need. I'm just saying let's work together on that. Just to have poise and to have purpose when you've been entrusted with a role like that. So we need a confluence of all of these organizations, these departments, and ourselves as well. The only way that you can, I will tell you, let me put it straight. Guys, now from my experience, na ki duelo go take care of my kiduelo o tla bona o nnela madi and o sa ntsokodise.
You'll get the best performance of your life. Yes. Shante, it's a pleasure talking to you always. I think you've heard it from one of the best, and that's essentially what we need to do. Thank you so much for sharing with us on Corner Vlogs.
And please
absolutely
continue
amazing.
Doing what you are doing. Yeah. You've been in the airwaves. You've even been on the stage. I don't know if people know that. Yeah. But thank you for your contribution. I'm on a roll now to really give people their flowers for their contribution. And if it wasn't for you, there would not be me, and I suppose vice versa. Yes. So we need to start recognizing that. Stop thinking that we are being
full of ourselves.
Yeah. When an artist is defending their most basic needs in a contract, stop thinking that they're being a bitch. I'm not being a bitch. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, what she said. And on that note, we'll wrap it up. Yeah, stop being a bitch. Yeah. You stop being a bitch. All right, it's Corner Vlogs, and we are at the Creative Industry Summit, and two icons ran into each other. It's like two shooting stars colliding. What happens? Magic. Zen, you are a titan. You are the mother of the industry. You are a person who is one of the founding, members of the Promoters Association, and you were a promoter before the Promoters Association. So my question to you today is, what advice can you give to Bana, Kohai, young creatives, as a person who has made a living, and you've seen the V's of the world come from nothing to what they are today? You have been there with everybody.
Yeah.
Advice yo kai hamba na gompieno gore how do they make a sustainable living from their art?
Thank you so much, Brando. And once again, it's a privilege to be interviewed by you because you are a legend.
Thank you.
And thank you for Yarun FM for recognizing your work. I was recognized on the same stage with you.
Yes.
What I can just say is, Brando, it's quite certain that with the state of the industry at the moment, I must say, especially to younger people, I think you've seen how younger people are really breaking out there. Yeah. It's of a concern, but I just want to take a minute and say to the young creatives that are out there that, inside all of us, God has placed something that is very unique, that is very special, that needs to be nurtured. And you need to pause and reflect, what is it that I really want to do? And once you find out what you want to do and what your craft is or what your expertise is, nurture it and make sure that you invest yourself and you treat it as a business. Most of the time, we just take it as a craft. Yeah. That's the number one mistake that we do. Yeah. Make sure that you have got a team of people. Yeah. Work with a team. You can never walk alone. You can never do it alone. Yeah. The advice that I can give to one younger person who's out there and is a creative and they're trying to do it and they're failing and over again is that never give up on yourself. learn about the craft, try and diversify out of it. And what is diversifying out of it? Most of us would want to do it as an 8 to 5. Look for other aspects within the value chain that you can actually make money out of it. If you are an artist, you are not just an artist. Don't be just an artist for a performer on stage. Explore, be a voiceover artist, be a TV presenter, look for collaborations, look for other means that you can actually make a little bit of revenue out of. Don't just wait to perform and make money from bookings or make money from your royalties. Look out for content creation. Why don't you just do a song? Why don't you just innovate? Also collaborate. I believe that the greatest innovation of now is collaboration. If we're not going to collaborate and share each other's strength and each other's, followers and all of that, basically you are on your own. So they've got to learn to be patient. I know it's not easy, but you know what? The future is creative. There is a creative economy out there, and make sure that you're part of the value chain.
And I love that you're alluding to collaborations because, as local artists, we've always sort of struggled to break into not only the African market, but the world. And I suppose in collaboration, that is how you'll ultimately end up performing in Namibia, Zambia, or you're performing.
Look at Hansi.
Lesotho, yeah.
Look at Hansi. He just made a collaboration with a Lesotho artist. Big up to that. He's thinking outside of the box. And don't ever say, no, Hansi is well established, he's a bigger musician, he's got contacts. You on your own, wherever you are, you can collaborate with digital platforms. Yeah. You've got access to the markets that are out there. Yeah. Don't just look at Botswana and look at our population. Yeah. Look outside, look for an artist in Zimbabwe, look for an artist in Zambia. And that artist, it's not like no. But they've got the numbers that when the two of you collaborate, you are able to bring out something out of it.
Well, and also it introduces you to a new market. Like, for instance, people who didn't know Hansi ko Lesotho, Jano Basotho ba Moitsi. A final note that I just want to make to you is we are obviously from a generation where there was no Facebook, there was no Instagram, there was no Spotify, Nerik Sadi CD, Gostlaring, and we used to, be in the streets. The new generation has been gifted with, this powerful tool, social media, these powerful music apps. What can you say to the child who spends a lot of time on social media, an artist?
If you're spending much time on social media, it's got to be paying the bills. Yeah. I know at the moment, most of the depression is that, like the minister said, policies are being made in place so that, we actually benefit from the content creation that we do, from your YouTube videos, from your Facebook and all of that.
From Corner Vlog?
Yeah. So what I want to say is, make sure that right now you prepare yourself to monetize from everything that you're doing. Grow it. Be patient with it. And don't think that whatever you're doing, it's for a waste. Whatever that you're doing, you are creating a catalog. Mind you remember back in the days, Hostix Mabuse had this other song, it came out. And he said when he wrote this song, little did he know that somebody else somewhere out there is noticing, and this song is actually going to be a soundtrack for a very big movie. Wow. So keep on making that music. Don't think, writing the music and releasing it, nobody's watching. For all you know, that song that you made before there was digitalization, somebody else someday. And I also want to say, let us also learn to document and tell our stories. Right now, your story, another young person who's growing up, in the next 15 years, your story is an inspiration. My story is an inspiration because I was that young girl who 25 years ago was the only female promoter amongst men. You are that man that, you came and make an impact. People such as BK Proctor, Eugene Jackson, they look up to you because you said, and I am just going to be the symbol that is going to come, and you influenced a lot of artists, especially from the northern part of the country, who always say opportunities are for artists that are in Gaborone. Opportunity is for every man who knocks on the door. So they shouldn't just sit and say, no, this is. Keep on making the music and make sure that while you do it, you register. You register with Cosmos, you
Register your works.
Yeah, register your works and be part of the change. Be part of BEPA, be part of BOMU. Don't just say, no, this association, they're not meant for me. You'll never know when destiny is going to knock on your door and say, this is the timing.
Right, you've heard it from, the leader in the industry, and she's, this is it, man. It doesn't get any better than this. Zenzel, thank you so much for talking to us on Corner Vlogs.
Thank you so much,
It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Yes.
Awesome. Right, it's Corner Vlogs, and we are still at the Creative Industry Summit, and Bomade in the house. Hello, Tsepo. Well, it's Tsepo. Bomade is in the house, and Tsepo Mapanyane, thank you so much for making the time. You guys have come on board. Kinsiki Wali, the artist, a lot of creatives, Bali, like a medical aid. Hey, are. So a lot of artists are crying that struggle packages for them that can cover them, with their sporadic income.
Yeah.
Is that something that you guys could sort of sit at the office and look at to how you can create something that's feasible for the creative?
You know what, I'll be very honest with you. I want to tell you something first before I answer that, because the simple answer to that is yes.
Okay.
But I want to tell you my relationship with Bomade.
Okay.
I didn't meet Bomade because I went to work at Bomade.
Yeah.
My relationship with Bomade stems from my many days, million years ago, as a freelancer in the creative industry. A very passionate
Radio presenter.
passionate industry, you know. And for me, at some point in life, you have to have medical aid. It's one of those things that it's like having car insurance. For me, it's it has to be in place. It's a non-brainer, So I had the opportunity of going to Bomade to ask them about the products that they had. And they had a product that I felt, okay, I can afford this, especially for someone who didn't have that
consistent
income, And in addition to that, mind you, and I don't know if this was maybe a special dispensation or they could do it for everybody, but in addition, I said to them, I'm also not in a position to sign a contract because I don't know if next month I'll have the money or I won't have the money. And then you're going to try and do. But what I will do though is that on months where I'm able to make slightly more, I will pay for 3 months in advance or 6 months in advance or even just a month ahead. And for the longest time, that's how I managed to afford my medical aid. Okay. Now, fast forward 2 years later, where I'm now working at Bomade and realizing the fact that the same opportunity that I had, everybody else has that opportunity, because it just stems from having a conversation with a provider that is also interested in your well-being. And our mandate is exactly that, to be a partner in your journey, because we truly, genuinely believe that your health is your wealth. And there is no denying the fact that the creative industry, in all fairness, really makes everybody live.
Yeah.
There is no engagement without song. There is no engagement without a poem. There is no engagement without
reading a book,
listening to to music, watching
funny
something,
on social media.
So even learning about your health. You are doing it on radio, on television, and all of that. So the creative industry provides us a platform for us to be able to go forth in the messaging that we carry, and we're proud that we do have health plans that speak to everybody. You don't have to just be a creative; you could be that professional in any industry. 292 pula. In as much as it is money, you know what I mean? There's no such thing as little money. One pula ke madi, but 292 pula, when you think about it, we can, all of us, to a large extent, be able to do something to be able to give us 292 pula to be able to pay towards our medical aid every month, because that's the entry point. I'm not able to say to you, Brando, because obviously our rhythms of life are very different. And what your needs are may be very different from my needs. But what I can assure you is that with the 16 health plans that Bomade has, there is something definitely for anybody, whether it's the younger person who is just coming out of school, who is obviously getting into the music industry or the film industry, for instance, who's not thinking about a family, you know, or who doesn't have a history or family history of certain illnesses, and they're just thinking, you know what, I want to just be able to see the doctor, you know, whenever, you know, there's need for me to see the doctor. Or you are a professional, you know, maybe established, maybe, you know, you're coming to whatever, or you're a sports person, you know, there is something for you. But what I think for me is important and has come out of this session that we've had is that a lot of us tend to not ask. A lot of us don't engage with information. A lot of us don't seek that information, research and say, okay, kewelaha. You know, if I asked you, have you visited the website, Yabo Made? Do you go on the social media platforms? Do you engage at these stakeholder engagements that we are consistently having? You might find that no, right up until you are sick. I think for me, the biggest message that I would want to maybe part with to the creative industry today is the information is there. The information is available. And you need to ask and you need to engage. The same way that, you know, when you are dressing, I'm pretty sure you were thinking about what you want to wear.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, we think about it all the time. You know, we got to always make sure we look debonair.
Do that with everything else. You know, find out what the information, you know, is there. If there's something that you want to ask it, you know, and
Right, thank you so much, Sepo Mapanyane. And as you've heard it, you know, there is something for creatives Kobo Made, but hopefully as an entire creative industry to sort of say to us, guys, we have this, because information is power. And I'm just glad that you guys came on board today, because for me, I've, you know, as a person who is essentially a veteran in the industry, in the past 20 years, we've been building this industry, and you find that things like this are what is really crucial to the health, and just to the health of the creative. Kind of what do you see? You need to be a healthy creative in order for you to create, right?
I congratulate the creative industry, because obviously the Creative Summit is coming from them, is being driven by them, you know, and to be able to have these conversations that talk about, you know, mental health, that talk about financial health, that talk about physical you know, health. It's important, you know, because in all fairness, all these aspects of our lives make that one whole person. So you can't be a creative that is making people happy, but when you know, you are morose and, you know, there's something that is not going right, and we need to find a way for you to be as happy as the happiness that you give us. You know what I mean? So I'm very happy and excited that this conversation is happening. I'm also excited by the fact that the different industries that have been brought, you know, into the fray to be able to have these conversations, whether, you know, collaborations, you know, partnerships, the issue of law, or the issue of policy, the issue of frameworks, because sometimes there is a perception that there's a specific industry or a specific office what is the mandate that is there, also what are the laws or what are the protocols that they're operating within. So I think it's important also to have that appreciation. So whether it is sponsorship that you're seeking, whether it's medical aid that you're seeking, whatever it is that you're seeking, remember that the industry is governed by something, or by standards, you know, you know, so
of some form.
So we need to start familiarizing ourselves with these protocols that are there, or these laws that are there. So I think the first panel that has happened has really set the tone for the day. Yes, to say that but really at the end of the day, you know, all these industries work together. All these industries need to find a common ground of where we can be better, because obviously at my age now, I can't believe I'm old, but at my age now, it hurts me that some of the conversations that we're having are conversations we're having in our 20s. You know what I mean?
we
Some of
should
the
have progressed from that. We
right
should
now
have
I'm
moved on.
thinking, you know, na le batho botlhe ba creative industry tshwantse re ba popile.
Yeah,
Re na le ditsala ya letsatsi tsa madi wa bona.
Go teng ka dimela Lamborghini ho yo go ra re nya.
Sipotsa wa bona
Yeah,
ka
yeah.
go buelle medical aid o mbetshetse gore
Okay.
wa bona sa. You understand what I mean? But that's where re tsamaela gone ko. Ke dumela re tsamaela gone ko.
Tshepo Mapangane, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure talking to you. And you've heard it from her, for your health and happiness at heart. Check Bomate. All right, Your Excellency, you've just given, a few comments in the Creative Summit today for Botswana. What can you say to the young creative with obviously your world of experience, talking to the young creative in Botswana? Just a few words of inspiration from you.
First of all, I would like to say, don't be afraid. You have this talent, and this talent should be delivered to the world. The world wants to find out why Botswana are special, how much you can do, and it's up to you to make this very first step. It's always very challenging. You can always face, people around you who do not support you, who really have doubts about how successful you can be. But those who really believe in themselves and make the steps forward, they achieve everything.
But what do you think makes, Botswana special? Like the Botswana, creative. What's so special about, as a person coming from outside and having been in the country, what is it that you see in this country that is truly special?
You see, something that I found here is very similar to what we have in Ukraine, which is love to the family, keeping the family relationship as the in our hearts. But also you have already stories that the world knows about you. Is the story about first people on earth, the story about the first fire on earth. We should actually jointly work on the delivering this message to the rest of the world. So would people, come here and would be willing to find out more. This is our intent, to have these people, including from Ukraine, to come here and to touch this ground, to touch this land, to communicate with these people and to know the story directly from you.
The cradle of mankind, it's where it began for civilization, apparently. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for taking the time to talk to us. And you heard it first. The first fire came from here, all right? So we want to film. If you're watching this from around the world, we want to film about the first fire from Botswana.
Thank you very
Enjoy
much.
the rest of your day. Cheers. All right. It's Corner Vlogs, man, and that's what we do. We're just amazing like that. All right, it's Corner Vlogs, and I'm with the one and only Can't Touch This. Antwarable. What's up, Bamos?
What's up, bro?
Since we was blind.
Yes, sir.
So on RB Twizy.
Yes, sir.
What's up, baby?
I'm good, man. How you doing, baby? Brando.
Ya go bona khonne o mogaka mo industry o monno tswang khakala o di tshwere o tsere that kwaito wa ira motswako wa etswakanya di number tsa tswa
yo
ona le lebaka o betsa go utwala Antwarable creative industry ke I want to hear from a titan like you, a gladiator like you. Yeah, gore la gago le hoko ke mo letsatsi la go peno. How do we make sure that the creative gets a money?
You know what, man? Let me start off by saying, I got number love for you, number respect. You started this thing, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
You're still doing it. It's not easy. So many years, man. We've been doing for over 20 years now, but I respect you. I got number love for you. You know what? The creative industry, I'm happy with the lady summit that took into the creatives. But my wish or my hope, the government e change melao hale le hale gore melao e khona gore re favor government gongwe le tsenonyana ba government a khona gore support the creatives. That's what I'm hoping to see. A big shout out to the Minister of Sports and Arts. Ha ke ntse ke mo reditse o no a bua mahokwana gore a solohetsa a bua mahoko a mantle a gore ke tsela gore the creatives le bona ha ba reditse ba nna le hope ba nna le tsholofelo gore e tla re ha go ntse go tsweletse bona go sa recipe re tla bona gona le pharologanyo, especially this new government e promise go le go ntsi when it comes to the creatives. So I'm so happy, I'm so excited to see gore go tsamaya.
Yeah, so matshelo a di creatives re tsogakala re khona go tshwara madina go tsedingwe, but I also I think I've noticed that there's also a management issue that needs to be dealt with.
Yes,
fine, you give creative money, I get, or some creatives are fortunate enough to make money. But it looks like there's a problem in terms of guys retaining money and building, a status where they can actually become wealthy and bankable and all of these things. How do we fix that?
You know what? There's a lady on the panel. She was speaking about contracts. What I liked, the contracts are on the contracts in South Africa. Copy and paste.
Yes.
It's important to come up with a contract in order go favor molao wa mo Botswana. Se ka re ka moso gongwe una le dilele corporate madi o sa tlhaloganya gore gongwe o tsama ka tselentseng jang, or even contracts eno gore wa go di signa le record labels gore o itse gore o bereka tselentseng jang gore madi a le ra tla ka moso o itse gore madi mme a taka tselentseng jang go iragala eng wena o benefitang contract.
Kana tsona tsa di record company, because I know a couple of artists who are now in a situation where they want to get out of these contracts but they can't.
Yes, sir.
Na re itse gore motho o sign ko Africa Borwa o na le bo 3-4 years as a release ha re morana music o ka ba mo khamile ka contract ka
and motho ha bala gore no la ha o send a contract you can't even release a single gore la ha o ntsha pina gongwe re etsenya on
go to thabela hela go bete ya ngwana hela gore happy birthday e be go tinyamore
contract e go tshwere wa go hela online puo wa go hela o irang o sa itse gore madi ile go kae gape the other thing hela ba ge tso are ithuteng go dirisa madi as artists gona le ba bang le ba ruta ka madi tiriso ya madi ga ke gane ke ga o lebilela from the outside ba bona no glamorous look at this man, look at this suit wa bona re me hela ithuto go dirisa madi, have a relationship with money. Let's use money, responsibly.
Because at the end of the day, I think you're right. At the end of the day, that is very crucial in the sense that no matter how much it is, the artists in Botswana, they don't make money completely. They do sometimes make money. Yeah.
In a month, let me see something. In a month, the weekends in a month, let's say 3. Every weekend, or even you can make about 60,000. It's a lot of money, man. Are saving, let's use medicine.
All right. Thanks, Honorable. Munno Mutona Kiowetla, the minister.
Yeah. Let me send. Okay. All right. I want to send a shout out to Local Corner. We see you.
Local Corner Vlogs. Yes.
What an excellent job you did in the play.
Yes, thank you. You got a chance to catch it.
I love that show, everything about it.
Yeah, no more part.
The party I was there.
I'm glad you caught the show. No, but we need to see more of these productions.
Absolutely. We need to see theater in the back fully on stage. It's in the product, the product launches.
Yes.
More at the product activation theaters. No, not that.
Like a proper full-on
production. Like what I saw there.
Yes.
So it was quite exciting.
No, I'm glad you caught it. It's better that way. Thank you so much. All right, and that was the minister's entourage. We're just sort of saying hi. Cosbots in the house, how y'all doing? Yeah, you owe me an interview. She needs to come and talk to us at Corner Vlog. Ke ba cause boards la ba itse ba di royalties ba khona go latlhela madi o itebetse la ba cause boards o bona e waletela tsena o smola hlai. So anyway, yeah, a lot of activity. Let's just go down with everybody else. It's Corner Vlogs, man, and the Creative Summit is going quite well. So far, so good. Well done.
Thank you so much.
That was an excellent speech this morning.
Thank you so much.
Are you happy with the way the summit is going?
So far, so good. I'm more than happy. I'm more than happy. Great.
But we need to see a second leg very quickly, so don't take too long with it.
Absolutely.
Because I see there's a need to talk about contracts and educate people about financial management. Creatives need to learn about that.
No, certainly. I think this is a first of many.
Yeah.
We need to engage with creatives to speak to so many issues that affect us as a way of trying to grow the sector.
Yeah.
I think in the next engagement where we're going to be launching strategic partners, we will certainly ensure that we have such an engagement in the future.
Khwaba, thank you so much, my brother. Awesome. And we'll see you at Born and Raised. We're going to be there. Honorable. My Lord, thank you. Thank you so much for making the time. Are you happy with the way the summit is going so far?
No, I'm happy. I think it's going well. The content is good. Thumb up to MEPA for organizing for taking the initiative. And these conversations are very important because they actually lay the foundation for us to propel this industry
to where it needs to be.
Where it needs to be. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
Cheers. How's it?
Hi.
How are you, my baby? I'm good. Hi. How are you? Right, it's the Corner Vlogs, and as you can see, it's the Creative Industry Summit, and which has been powered by BEPA. They've taken the initiative to do this, and the Honorable Minister of Arts is here with us today and his entourage. Just to come and shed a light, he was part of the panel this morning, and they put on a magnificent show today, and it's quite inspiring, especially for the creative industry, to see the minister also saying, listen, we are here for you, we'll listen to your cries, but we are going to come with solutions. And ke tsela hore re le badiragatsi ba lefatshe la Botswana re sologetse le go ntse mo gormenteng o mosha, mme ke tsela gore ba tla ka megopolo e harologaneng le bile ba tla kgona go dira dilo ka boheo jo botlhokagalang. Because the creative industry is in desperate need of funding. It is in desperate need of Hokuka Matsilo Abadiragatsi. So this is how we do it, man. Corner Vlogs, thank you so much. Catch you later.